Hello students, in this section we are going to see the infection methods. Okay, so we have already learned that this malwares or malicious softwares or programs with the malicious intent get into our computer system with the two type of methods, or attack our computer system with the two type of methods: infection methods and malware actions. Today we are going to see about infection methods, how a dangerous software or a particular code acts on our computer system using this infection methods. Okay, so what we will see in this section are the virus, worm, trojan, zombies, and bots or botnets. So that's the different infection methods we are going to see in this section. Okay, so we are going to see is the virus. Okay, so the virus is a program which having an ability to replicate themselves and spread across the network by hooking them onto programs or files. These programs can be unintended program files, such as uh, a game or a particular set of programs that is actually seen to be necessary but are totally unnecessary, or some kind of files like audio files or images or picture files, etc. Corrupt or delete data from the system. Okay, so that is the most a virus can do. Okay, it can corrupt or delete data from the system. Corrupt means it can manipulate the data inside our computer system and replace the data there, or delete the entire file system from the computer itself. Okay, so a virus program can only be activated when the user opens that particular program. So this virus infect our computer system through either through external file systems, external access like through internet or through USB drives, etc. So when they get into our computer system, they wait for activation. So they wait in the file system, and then when we open that particular program or particular file, it will get activated. Okay, then it will start to manipulate the data or remove the data from your computer system. Then the creeper virus was the first detected virus. Okay, so it was detected in the first network itself, the ARPANET. Okay, so some examples of virus are file virus, macro virus, boot sector virus, stealth virus, etc. So from the name itself, you can understand that boot sector virus, they attack on the boot sector itself. Okay, so they spread on the network by hooking them onto the program or files. Okay, they don't have the ability to send them over the network. Okay, they have to be attached on some programs or files. So that is basically a virus is. Okay, so item we are going to see is worms. Okay, so also self-replicating in nature. Worm is also like virus, but it it also has the same self-replicating ability, and they don't hook themselves into the programs. Okay, they spread themselves. Okay, so worms are network aware. Okay, so whenever network is detected, whenever a network is detected, so for example, we can say if your particular computer system is infected with the worms, then whenever your computer system connect with that particular network, or whenever your computer system has access to that particular net, then they can travel from one computer to another if network is available. So it do not have to be attached into any particular programs. Okay, it do not have to be attached onto any particular programs. They can send themselves over internet without any particular help of any host programs. Okay, they do not attach to any programs or alter files. Okay, so what virus do? They get into a file system and then corrupt data or removes data itself. But here a worm does not get attached to any programs, or they do not change any file systems, but they replicate and consume disk space or system resources or the network bandwidth itself, thereby slowing down your computer system. That is the main feature of worm, or that is the main attacking method of worm. They get into your computer system and replicate themselves and consume the disk space and or system resources or even the network bandwidth itself. Then they will slow down your computer system. So worms are not detected until they consumed a large amount of disk space. Okay, So that's all about worm. Next thing to see is Trojan horse or Trojan. Then the name derived from the Trojan horse tale in the Greek mythology. So all of you may know that from the Greek mythology stories what Trojan horse is. Okay, so when there was war with the Trojans and Greeks, so Trojans are so attractive about horses. They care a lot about horses. So what Greeks do is they made a wooden horse and then hide the soldiers inside that horse itself, and they retreat from the war area. Then after that, the Trojans bring that wooden horse inside their fortified forts and then fortified forts, and then they wait till the night. The Greeks come out and destroy Trojans. So same way, once that software is executed, they will do their task of stealing data and actions. Okay, so this Trojans are a particular type of malware disguised as legitimate applications. They look like a legitimate application. That's like, for example, an antivirus software itself. They disguised as legitimate applications, and then they get into your computer system or installed by the user itself. Then after the installation, they wait, and then once software is start executing, then they will do their task, either stealing data or actions. Then can only be activated when the user execute the program. So it disguised as a legitimate program, and we the user itself installs the system, installs that program. When the program starts executing, then this Trojan is also executed. The main feature of this Trojan program is they provide backdoor gateway for malicious programs. Okay, so Trojan programs are actually used by hackers to get a backdoor in your computer system. So they try to disable the firewall, or they provide a backdoor. They intentionally open any backdoors, or utilize the vulnerability in your system to provide a way to access your computer system for a hacker. Then some examples are FTP Trojans, proxy Trojans, remote access Trojans, etc. Okay, so Trojans get into your computer system by posing as a legitimate software. When they are executed, Trojans start working based on their purpose, either stealing data or other actions like deactivating your firewall or deactivating your virus program itself, etc. Okay, next going to see is zombie computer system. Okay, you may have heard the term zombie in the Hollywood movie systems. Okay, what is zombie is? It's a fictional character which has no control over itself. Okay, likewise, a computer connected to internet which is compromised by a hacker is termed as zombie. So it is already attacked by a hacker, and it is in full control of that particular hacker. So that particular computer connected to internet which is under control of a hacker is termed as zombie. So viruses or Trojans are used to remote direction. So viruses or Trojans are getting when viruses or Trojans are getting into one computer system, if that hacker intend to be use that particular computer system as a zombie, then the viruses or Trojans purpose is to control that particular system. Then remote direction is provided by the Trojans or viruses. They enter and wait for the command from the hackers to perform malicious actions. So this viruses and Trojans, when entered into the computer system, they wait for command from the hacker. When the command to execute from the hacker is arrived, then they start performing some malicious actions. Some examples are Zeus, Coopface, Switzer, Gamima, etc. Okay, so then these zombies are used for malware actions mainly. So they are used to spread viruses, or they are used to spread spam, etc. Okay, so once a zombie computer is created, the user may not know that their computer is compromised. So using another user's computer, then this hacker can spread malicious softwares, or it can be used for malicious actions. Okay, so that's what a zombie computer is. The final one we are going to see is botnet or bots. Okay, so bots or botnet is short for robotic network. Okay, actually, what is a robot? Robot is a particular mechanism or machine which is designed to perform certain actions without the help of human beings. So that's what a robot is. Okay, so same here, automated process or program that and advanced form of worms. Okay, it's an automated process or program. Okay, once activated, it does not need any human intervention, and it's an advanced form of worms. Okay, so designed to interact over the internet without human interaction. So it actually works with the help of internet only. Without the internet, bots or botnet will not work. Okay, so they can be good or malicious. Malicious bots can infect hosts one by one. Okay, so this botnets or bots can be used for good purposes and same time malicious purpose also. Okay, so some examples of good uses are CAPTCHA, then surveying, or then automated guessing of search results, etc. Then malicious actions are then DOS attack or spreading spams, etc. Once a spam bot is created, it will send mails indefinitely. So it will work as a spam spreading network itself. Okay, then connection to the central server, which will provide commands to all infected hosts attached to that particular network, is called a botnet. Okay, so the bot and botnet, two different types are there. A single computer infected by this bot or robotic network, which is called a bot, and then the network of this bot infected computers are called a botnet. Okay, so when a number of computers are attacked with this botnet viruses or botnet systems, then when attacked is there, they will create a central server. Okay, then commands are given to all other infected hosts, and then a botnet is created, then continuously and randomly sending spam mails or denial of service attacks are there. So when DOS attack, what is DOS attack? Denial of service attack means a large scale usage of resources, thereby reducing the capability of a particular system or reducing the amount of resources given to any actual users, thereby slowing the network or does not providing the required resources to users. So botnet are often used for DOS attack and spreading spam. Okay, so that's all for this section. We will see the malware actions in the next class. Thank you.